Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Rundown. I will be your host today, Craig DeLuz, coming at you from the West Coast, the left coast, behind the Iron Curtain, otherwise known as the Sierras. But as we all know, I do not do this program by myself.
No, I assist in the program. My name is Mike Piwowarski. I am the co-host. I come to you from the East Coast. That makes me the co-host with the most from the coast with the most here on The Rundown, where I bring you 2A views of conservative news. Now, Craig, one of the habits, or excuse me, one of the problems with live is I think I just bumped my microphone volume. So if you want to double check that, make sure that I'm not killing people across the country right now, blowing their speakers out, or if you need me to adjust anything, because I know I surely bumped this button when I reached over.
You look like you're coming across pretty even keel. So I think we're good.
There we go. See, every once in a while, a mistake happens, and it was supposed to, right?
Good stuff. Speaking of that, folks, hey, however you are watching the program, please make sure to take a moment to share, and encourage your friends to do the same. Remind them they can watch us on Facebook, on YouTube. You can find us on either one. You can find us at 2A News. You can find us at Arms Room Radio. You can find us at the California Republican Assembly or at The Rundown. Right. You can also watch us on OpsLens. You watch us on Spotify. You can also listen wherever you get your podcast. Folks, if you have an internet connection, you can watch the show, period. So check it out. Encourage your friends. Tell them, what's up?
There you go. So how was your freaky Freedback Friday been so far?
Man, Fridays are always Fridays, especially when it's Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th is actually a kind of a lucky day for me. I usually do pretty well on Friday the 13th. So it's been going well. It was the oddest thing this morning when I woke up. I was done with all of my work so relatively early it was scary. I was like, okay, what's going on here?
What I forget. What
I forget exactly? What did I forget?
Yep. Do you remember as a young lad there was a movie called Saturday the 14th?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Why that hasn't been remade yet, I don't know. But what a great premise. For those that don't know it, it was about all the horrible things that happened on Friday the 14th. Now all the monsters and whatever were trying to get back home, and they were the Follies. It was
right.
It was pretty good.
It was a very very fun movie. Matter of fact, now I got to look it up because you got to figure with all of the streaming services that are out there, that movie has got to be out there somewhere.
Got to be somewhere. I've always wondered why that one. Every time Friday the 13th rolls around, I always wonder why hasn't somebody remade that movie yet. So,
well, hey, maybe we have an idea for a program.
There we go.
There we go.
Looking at the news today, we had one pop on we didn't put it on the board here, but I don't know if you saw this. Maybe it was just a local one. We had it caught my attention. It was a little person that's a psychic and escaped from prison.
Okay.
Yeah, it said it was a small, medium, at large.
Wow. That was the cheesiest joke I think I've ever heard you say.
We're going to start with Friday dad jokes. I think we're going to do that.
Friday dad jokes. Okay.
Friday dad jokes.
Friday dad jokes. It's going to become a thing. Watch. Eventually, Friday dad jokes will eventually become a thing. Hey, let's do this real quick. Instead of waiting till the end of the program, why don't you go ahead and give a quick shout out to our sponsors here at the beginning of the program?
What if I say no?
Then you'll do it anyway.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Let's say hello to our good friends. Listen, you guys have all been with us since the beginning. It's always a pleasure to do business and sit around and have conversations with them either way, because we're all like simpatico, which is why they're probably our sponsors. So let's say hello to Guerrilla Machining, the people at Grid Defense, and of course the fine folks at the California Republican Assembly.
Hey, folks, if you're in California, ballots are out, and all the endorsed candidates for the California Republican Assembly, they're all there on the website. You can just take the whole list and vote straight up and down. It doesn't matter, from everything from dog catcher all the way up to governor, or U.S. senator. Yeah. So check it out. Make sure, download it, and then make sure vote early, and vote often. It's California.
Yeah, I was gonna say, listen, I got some. My California absentee ballots came in the mail today. So.
all dozen of them.
I got about 40 of them. Is what it was.
You
It was
probably
about
ordered
40.
them on Amazon, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, they come for free shipping. I'm a Prime member.
Exactly. You get California absentee ballots on Prime for free.
That's it.
That's how we run elections out here, folks, in California.
That's it.
No joke. No joke. No bueno, but no joke.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Either that or we leave them sitting on the streets for people walking their dogs to find.
Yeah. In the car, passed out, or would a dude passed out? Where'd those come from? I don't know what those are. All right. Okay.
I think that's the way they do it. I think that's actually the way Shirley Weber does it now. She's planning on doing it. That's our Secretary of State. Is that basically if you're passed out in your car, they just toss ballots in your car.
It's also in there.
Just toss them in there. Here you go. Go vote.
Where'd these come from? They're not my pants.
This bottle of Jim Beam given to you by the California Democratic Party. Go vote.
Vote early, vote often.
Yeah, that's there you go. That's California is the place you ought to be.
That's it.
All right, let's get into the news. We've bantered enough. All right, you guys heard a lot about the stories relating to the FBI and the FBI actually the targeting of school board members. You know that parents started going to school boards and started making their voices heard. And needless to say, the National Association of National School Boards Association. Well, okay, we take a step back. We had someone from the Department of Justice asked someone from the National School Boards Association to write a letter to the Department of Justice asking them for help with these parents who are showing up at school board meetings. So the National Association did that. And then there was a belief, or there was a conversation that they would basically be treated like terrorists. Well, they would hunt them down. They would investigate them, right? Well, as it turns out, let me clarify. Then Garland, the Attorney General, Jared Garland, was requested to come before Congress and testify and say, wait a minute, what do you mean you're going to investigate and treat them like terrorists? Says, no, we're not going to do that. And no parents were investigated or treated like terrorists. They weren't part of any terrorist watch programs or anything like that. Well, turns out he was lying. Whistleblower tells the FBI, says basically that the FBI targeted parents via terrorism tools despite Garland's testimony before Congress. Now, in essence, Mike, what happened is Representative Jim Jordan and Mike Johnson, two favorites of the Biden administration, have said that they have evidence that parents were targeted who protested schools' COVID policies despite assurances from the Attorney General that it never happened. Oh my God, a Democrat lied. I don't believe that ever happens, does it?
Craig, I'm told that they got the original information from the Steele dossier, so that there was a source out there originally. So they just were working the source from the Steele dossier, folks. Come on, wink, wink. Yeah, listen, Merrick Garland, we had the opportunity, right? He could have been one of your Supreme Court justices. He's unafraid of lying to the people, unafraid of lying to Congress, unafraid of lying to DOJ. It doesn't matter. He's the Attorney General. He can do what he wants, right? Here's a guy who got caught. Another guy just got caught red-handed in the lies concerning the going after of conservative folks. Listen, we don't even know if these were conservative folks. These were normal, everyday parents getting involved in their education system with their kids at their school boards. Well, that must be their conservatives or right-wing liberals, because now they're considered terrorists, and the FBI investigated them, and the DOJ investigated them, and Merrick Garland lied about it.
Well, all right, now check this one out. So here it talks about, here in the story, I want you guys to read this for yourselves. It says, in one investigation, FBI officials interviewed a mom for allegedly telling a school board member, "We're coming for you." The person reported the mom because she belonged to a right-wing moms group called Moms for Liberty, and because she is a gun owner. FBI officials eventually determined the mom was not a threat. But when you say, "I'm coming for you," now, I'm like, is that something along the lines of telling the LGBTQ plus community that they're coming for us, and this is a call for arms. Are those the same things?
No, they're quite dissimilar, Craig, because when I tell you we're coming for you, that's probably what I meant is I'm coming for your seat. We're coming for you during the election. We're going to make life miserable for you because you're going to lose your professional job. As opposed to, it's a call to arms, which means get your arms. Go get the firearms. We're going to take action with violence and firearms. One is much worse than the other, Craig. Oh, wait, one was said by a liberal, so it's okay. They
There.
don't mean what they say.
Well, exactly. That's exactly what is going on here. Is what it comes down to is when a liberal says something. Well, we look at what they meant, not what they actually said. But when a conservative says something, well, we don't even look at what they said. Well, by the way, we also determine what they meant. And it doesn't matter what they say, we're going to now interpret what you meant by what you said. So actually, they're kind of being treated the same, with the exception of if you're on the left side, it's automatically assumed that you meant good and that you're innocent. And if you're on the right, well, that automatically means that you are evil and mean harm.
I'll tell you what, Craig, put this one on the list. Save it for after the midterm. Save it for after the 4-year election. The people that ordered this, I don't care if it was at the top of the DOJ, the FBI, or one level up from a street level supervisor. They should be jailed.
Well,
They should be jailed for
there was
inappropriate use
actually,
of
it's
federal
kind of
law
funny.
enforcement and should
Yeah,
be jailed.
I agree. I'll tell you, there's actually an article that is in Vox, that was actually talking about that very thing, saying, well, all of these investigations like January 6th and all that, Democrats are basically, they're setting the stage for, now they termed it as a retaliation. In other words, they're going to be investigated just because they're investigating Republicans. But in actuality, what it's going to be is it's going to be real investigations about abuse of power. In particular,
Yep.
abuse of prosecutorial power. When
Yep.
someone gives you power, when you're given power, the law enforcement power, you have to be discriminating in how you use it. And you can't just use it to settle political vendettas. And that seems to be what Democrats have been doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm telling you, it's going to come. It's going to swing back, and we're going to put a lot of people in jail.
Yep, yep. Going to jail. Going to jail. Lock them up under the
Going
jail.
on up in a big house.
There you go. All right. Talk about locking them up. Now, Eric Adams, when he ran, and we talked a little bit about him, and we liked a lot of what Eric Adams had to say when he was running for mayor of New York City. Well, it turns out that Mayor Adams is he's not walking. He's not walking the talk, right? In fact, if you remember, Mike, when he ran, he talked about how he's not going to need his own security detail because he's going to carry a gun himself and he's going to protect himself. But at the same time, Mr. Adams doesn't want any one of you or I, he doesn't want law-abiding citizens to be able to carry a gun. In fact, what the mayor noted was that that there is currently a case before the Supreme Court dealing with the New York's carry law, and their law that basically, in essence, prohibits you from ever in any way possessing a firearm outside of your home. Well, he is saying basically be very afraid as to what the Supreme Court is about to do or how they are about to rule on this, because if they allow people the right to exercise, the ability to exercise the right to bear arms, well, the people in New York are going to be in trouble.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. This is just like any other Democrat, and that's what he is when it comes down to it. Listen, we know he was a police captain. We know he's for law and order, but his definition of law and order is only the police have firearms, and he's grown up in that environment. There's some of the troubling things that I've seen with his administration so far is I hate to say it, it's like the good old boy system. It's the favoritism model. You have to be on his team to be anything. Otherwise, it's not going to work out. Those are the people that he seems to be awarding with positions throughout his administration. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand you bring your own people in, but this guy's doing it at like an MC Hammer kind of pace. He's going to be they're going to be bankrupt before you know it because he's paying all his buddies on the salary.
Yeah. Well, once again, it's he is not the law and order. He is not the law and order candidate he said he was going to be. He seems to only be interested in going after. Seems to be interested in going after guns, not criminals. Right?
Correct.
He's anti-gun. He's not necessarily anti-criminal. And if you're going to be, the law and order mayor, you kind of maybe want to think about being anti-criminal. Maybe you want to focus on criminals instead of law abiding citizens. And in fact, encourage law abiding citizens to be in a position to be able to defend themselves. Because I have all the respect in the world for law enforcement there in New York City. But guess what? They can't be everywhere. And we know the
And even when
crime
they
and
can be
violent crime is through
everywhere,
the roof.
right? Remember, and even when they can be some places, Craig, we know that 9 out of 10 violent criminals are being turned loose, right?
Yeah, well,
So what
there you
difference
go.
does it make?
Yeah, because they've got one of those. They've got
Violent
one of
reform
those
laws.
social justice uh, Soros district attorneys there in New York
Yep.
that doesn't believe in prosecuting violent crimes. In fact, I don't remember if I told you this yesterday on the show, but the other day I recorded a video for a newspaper, and they were interviewing a candidate here in Sacramento County who is a district attorney. And I just finally, by the end of it, I'm like, look, if you say equity more than you say public safety, you are not fit to work in law enforcement. Period.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Agreed.
If your goal is on equity as opposed to protecting the public, yeah, no. I don't want you anywhere near law enforcement. I don't want you anywhere near government. Period.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
And unfortunately, it's sounding more and more like Eric Adams. Sound like he ran a very, very good campaign, but it doesn't sound like he's governing according to the same principles he ran on.
Listen, of the choices New York City had, they made the right choice, but there was no other choice.
Right,
There really wasn't anybody that came close to it. Everybody else was worse than what they had before. You know.
right, right. It's just once again, it's disappointing because, well, you really were hoping that the people of New York were actually going to get some relief from the crime that was going to be taking place, that's been taking place, that they've been subjected to. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And well, sorry guys, you
Yep.
snooze, you lose.
Yep. Sorry about your luck. There you go.
All right, moving right along. I know you've heard about the pregnant man, Calvin Klein's pregnant man campaign, right? Okay, hold on. You guys have to see this. I'm gonna put it on Mike. Go ahead, Mike. No,
The what? The
pregnant Calvin Klein
See,
has
no, I
an
thought
ad
what I thought you said,
campaign.
Craig. What I
Yes.
thought you said was, and it must be a typo, because I thought you said the pregnant man ad campaign. What you meant, there's an ad campaign from a man about being pregnant, right? It's like a
No, it's they are featuring a trans man, meaning a woman, who is pregnant, and they have an ad campaign surrounding this particular individual, this transgender couple. So I don't know if that's a, I don't know. I think that is a trans female. So I think that's a woman transitioning to a man, and then a man transitioning to a woman.
so on the bottom you got a woman that thinks she's a dude with a baby.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay,
I will say this: we can reproduce biologically from the heart. Our places to love. Be like, oh God. The funny part to me is now. No, did you ever see the meme when someone had put out there? They were wondering if the he was going to be able to produce something about breast milk with the formula being so high.
it's gonna be skim milk. Um, the uh, that was the one with the long hair. Was that really a dude?
I think that's actually a male transitioning to a female.
Okay, so you got one of each going the opposite way,
Yes.
and they passed each other with a over a pregnancy. Okay,
Yes.
got it. All right, well, way to get your kid's butt kicked.
I'm just the thing that gets me is now keep in mind These are the people who call conservatives science deniers.
Yeah.
I'm if the worst part is that and then they act like, well, we're the ones who are crazy because we happen to believe that those who have a penis and no ovaries, you could be about the penis and no, we're born with a penis and no ovaries. Yeah, that's a man or a male. And those who are born with a vagina and ovaries is a woman. Yet
I'm gonna.
we're the
Go
extremists.
ahead, Craig. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But we're the extremists.
Yeah.
I'm like this. If you
gonna go out
want
on a
to
ledge
live
here.
your life as that, you can live. But that doesn't mean that you are that. It just doesn't mean that you're that. I want to. I identify as a millionaire, right? But it doesn't mean that I am a millionaire.
There you go. There you go. I'm gonna go out on a ledge here. Hold on. Let's say right here's not a ledge, but here's a ledge. Okay. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go out on a ledge here and say, boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. Just that's it. I'm just leaving it right there. Just do that.
I don't know, man. That sounds pretty extremist to me.
Well, I'm old school like that.
You're old school like that? Are you sure? Hold on. That kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of, where is it? I know I've got it here. Keep talking so the folks who are listening don't lose.
It's yeah. I got boys have a. I don't know if we can say it more than once. I said it once as a medical term. I'll say a penis. Boys have a penis, and girls have a vagina. How about that? That way, maybe
Yes.
the censors won't hear it because I said it differently.
Okay. Okay. This wasn't the one I was looking for, but this one is appropriate. Why is no one asking how pregnant men feel about Roe v. Wade? I think that's a legitimate question. I don't know. What about you?
I also think it is. And since we're bringing up last second images,
Oh,
I have one for you as well.
I just
will keep.
go ahead.
I said I was going to keep talking while we're doing it.
Oh yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
like, but these are the sorts of things that we're now arguing over. That just
Yeah.
I'm like that would have at one point in time just been common sense, right?
Yeah. Why are we like? Yeah, this is. Listen,
Okay, this
Archie
is
Bunker would've
totally
killed
this is
people.
totally not like with this. Is this okay? Is this the Amber Heard one? That's the one you wanted me to share?
What? Yeah.
Okay, bam. Talk about a random picture. It's basically Amber Heard saying, "Why am I the only one that gave a poop about this relationship?"
Hey, folks, I'm going to tell you what I've learned over doing this show for what are we in 2 years now, Craig?
Yes.
Something like that. That the only way I can get the pictures I want on the program is to wait until Craig's talking about something else and then send it to him in the middle of the show and say, put this on. Because I send pictures before the program to him and he's like, no, we can't do that. No, we can't do that. But if he shows a photo, I can immediately drop another one and go, oh, put this one on. And he'll put it on before he reads it. And you just got one. Thanks to Tricky Mike. There you go.
Yes, because Mike is the king of like inappropriate stuff. Which is frustrating because then that means I have to play adult. And I'm not really interested in playing
boys
adult.
with a penis and girls with a vagina, and I'm the inappropriate one?
Well, that look, those are both those are biologically correct. Am I wrong?
Yeah, they're both biologically correct. Yeah, yep.
All right.
It's as natural.
Ah, there it
as
is.
taking a
Bam.
poop in the woods, or as natural as Amber taking a poop on a bed. So.
Okay, you guys remember this one? If you guys have watched Kindergarten Cop, this was the one. That's it. What's something you learned growing up that is apparently no longer true? Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. Yeah, apparently that's not true anymore. That's a lie. That's a lie. But we're the science deniers, right?
Yep.
Okay, now that we've
Yep.
established that, okay, Mike, you want to tell everyone about this story, the guy, the balloon guy?
Okay, this was just, I thought, an exercise in the ridiculous. And I wanted to see if you got the same feeling as I did. You got a couple of people that got evidently got more money than sense, right? So they decide they want to have a very romantic engagement. Okay, which means, oh, I want it to be TikTok worthy or whatever the heck. Okay, so they get a boat, they hire a company, right, for most romantic engagements.com or whatever the hell it is, and they get this boat out on Biscayne Bay. That's the big bay that sits off the city of Miami, and uh, they go out there. They get some fireworks. They get some sparkly crap and some champagne, and they do all this weird Miami stuff that they do. There's probably a conga line and alligators climbing fences and all sorts of weirdness, right? But they have balloons, and some of the balloons, Craig, popped and ended up in the water. So, oh my goodness, the hippie liberal freaks around the city of Miami saw this because, again, they were trying to do some sort of live stream and you let people see their happy days. And before they'd even docked back at the boatyard there, the police jumped on the boat and arrested the couple or the man and the people that put this on, and filed $22,000 worth of fines for, I think it was 4 balloons that hit the water, because, oh my goodness, if a fish or a turtle gets a balloon, that's it. Now, mind you, they also had video of the people picking the balloons up out of the water. So we only got to see one side of the story. And I'll tell you what, unless you're talking about the imminent violent threat, or a hot pursuit kind of thing, if a police officer and a law enforcement agency doesn't get both sides of the story, they are the problem. They're derelict in their duties. You cannot be the arbiter of the truth here. Over $22,000 worth of fines for 4 balloons in the water, if the only evidence you have is one person's presentation of a damn TikTok video. Okay?
Right.
They should have done like everything else and made an investigation on this instead of now looking like fools, because how much of their time do they spend because these other idiots decided to have a fancy engagement party? This just it's absolute government fraud, waste, and abuse because a couple idiots had more money than they knew what to do with. So I was curious how you felt, Craig.
Well, I would say that this is proof positive that you can become part of a Florida man story and it really not even be your fault.
Yeah.
You don't have to be crazy or insane.
Yeah.
All you have to do is drop some balloons in the water, and you too can become part of a Florida man story.
Yeah.
This is
So
outrageous.
They cited, Craig, yeah. They I want you to understand also that they cited this, the perhaps hurting of a turtle or a fish in a county that has the most abortions in the entire state of Florida.
Right.
So we're going to put these people in jail because maybe a fish might get hurt,
Right.
but don't mind our stance on the killing of unborn children.
Right. Well, exactly. It's the priorities of many people, in particular on the left. It is crazy. Once again, the Bible talks about, evil will be good, good will be good, good will be evil, and evil will be good. It makes you wonder, if we're living in the last days, when that's the sort of stuff that you have law enforcement not just going. I mean, they showed up and arrested them. If they had been shoplifting, they wouldn't have bothered arresting them.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, listen, I am not trying to take an abortion stance, pro-abortion, pro-life stance here at all. I'm trying to make the comparison between what the local government values life at, comparative wise. Yeah, that's all.
Well, exactly. All right, let's move along to our parting shot. This one is a fun one. For those of you, now, some of you may resemble this because it depends on where you live. Now, if you live in a place like California that's not MAGA, or you live in a place that's like Florida that's, at this point right now, ultra MAGA, you may recognize these gas prices.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're here in Sacramento. We're up in the 680s, 670s. Or no, I'm sorry, 570s. We're not quite at over $6 yet. MAGA country, that's Midwest places, swing states, and then
Well,
Florida.
let's be clear. Those places don't exist anymore. Those gas prices don't exist anymore. Maybe per liter, but even then, that would be too little. But I have a feeling we're going to see places like a Governor Abbott and a Governor DeSantis come around and take on the gas companies because Craig, guess what? Two states control the majority of the import of fossil fuels:
Which two?
Texas and Florida.
Texas and Florida.
Interesting. With everything coming in through the Gulf and everything. And
That's right. Nothing, guys. At first, I was thinking maybe California, but California is probably too. First of all, it's not coming from that direction,
right?
And then secondly, it's probably too expensive to do things at the ports in California.
Yep. But I believe that the governors in both these states, because of their control of the ports and control of the fuel coming in, I think they got something up their sleeves for the end of the year.
I hope they do. Yep. That would be fun. Okay, folks. Yep. Well, hey, that's going to be it for today. We appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate you liking and sharing the program and encouraging your friends to do the same. Remember, you can watch us, you can listen to us, but however you do it, make sure you do it. And then make sure you encourage your friends to do the same. Like, share, subscribe. Once again, encourage your friends to do the same.
Do it well. We'll see you on Monday.
See you Monday.